Hello, my name is Caitlin Wallace, and as you guys know by now, my book for the semester is Sphere by Michael Crichton. So this time I decided to do a PowerPoint because I figured it might be a little easier for you guys to read and look at than just a normal Word document. So for my first article that I found, it was actually an ebook, and it's called Michael Crichton, A Critical Companion, and it was written by Elizabeth A. Tremblay. So this book was written in 1997, which is only about 10 years after Sphere was written. And after this, Michael Crichton published many more books, but this book specifically focuses on what was already published at the time. So it analyzed what he had written up to that point, and each chapter focuses on a specific book that he has written. So chapter 7 focused on Sphere, and in this chapter there were many different sections that talked about the different aspects of Sphere, including a character analysis, plot development, thematic issues, and a psychoanalysis. And I really liked looking at this because it dove deep into what was written about each character and why they did what they did and what their specific personalities were and how that all played into the group. And I also really liked the psychoanalysis of this because it gave insight into what he was thinking as he was writing it and what the book forces the readers to realize. So my next source was an interview that Michael Crichton had done, and it was an online interview, and it just had the words, so it didn't have a video with it, but that was okay, and it was on the Book Browse website. So in this interview, he discussed his ideas behind some of his books. And this interview was right after he had published Prey, which is one of his other books, and it focused on that specifically, but it more so focused on his ideas when it came to scientific advancement and how he likes to use real science in his books to bring out the realism in his books while also creating a sense of fantasy. And he talks about how technology is going to impact the future. And he specifically, in one question, talks about the relationship between humans and technology and how it's kind of a love hate relationship. So, for my third and final source, I found Unruly Creatures, Obstinate Things, Bioobjects, and Scientific Knowledge Production in Contemporary Science Fiction, and I am not quite sure how to pronounce her name, so I'll just let you look at it. Um, this article is a scholarly article that was produced after 2010 that focuses on how authors use real science in their novels. So this links directly back to the interview with Michael Crichton in the last one, and while this focuses on more than just him, it does specifically mention two of his books, and it focuses on how using real science in your books can create realistic parts of your books and can make you feel like it could happen, even though you know realistically there's probably not a monster squid that's going to eat an underwater habitat that you're in looking at a ship from the future. And it also talks about how Michael Crichton uses these ideas in his book specifically. It talks about the two main books it talks about for him are Jurassic Park and Prey, which are both very interesting, and they're both produced after Sphere, so you can see how it links back into those. And while Sphere is not his most well known book, you can look at the other things he's written to see his ideas. So, for the activity, I want you guys to think about the pros and cons of technological advancement. Make a list of these and compare them, and then overall decide if you think technology is a good thing or a bad thing. Thank you.